Together with me here today, is IK from MITEL. So I'm the host, and IK will be the person taking us through this presentation. Yeah, and the recording will also be made available for us after this webinar. So please, let's pay attention and let's follow through this webinar. And if you have any questions, they'll be addressed at the end of the webinar. So I'll leave the floor to IK now for him to take us through what we have for us today. IK, over to you, please.
Okay, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. My name is Aiche. I will share my screen shortly, and it will be great to meet each and every one of you. So I have two screens, one on this side and the one on the other side. My screen.
IK, can you hear me?
Toyo? Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes. I think there is a little issue with your network with hanging. So is there a way, is there something you can do about that so you're not be cracking?
Yeah.
If you can just go ahead
So
now,
is it my
it's better.
voice?
You can just go ahead.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. Better. Okay. So just Toya, please enable sharing. I can share right now. Just enable so I can share my screen. Thank you.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. I still can't share. Still disabled.
Just hold on. My colleague will do that for you shortly. We'll make you
Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's fine.
All right, IK, please try to share now.
Can everyone see my screen now?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can see your screen.
Okay, fantastic. Good morning, everybody. My name is Ikpamusa Olutu. I'm the product manager with Math Networks for MITEL. And today's webinar, we'll be looking at basically the future of customer experience in contact center. We will also try to look at what the contact center looks like in the nearest future. What are the new trends that probably are already available or will be available? And how do we evolve when it comes to customer experience in our organizations, irrespective of the different verticals that we find ourselves? Basically is what we're going to be looking at today. If you look at my right, you see that Casper Technologies is MITEL's authorized partner. They have the training, the ability to integrate for MITEL. And on the right is Math Networks Group, which is the authorized distributor for MITEL in the region, covering East Africa, the WECA region, East Africa, Central Africa, and West Africa. I thought to myself that we should start with this particular page, this particular view, this particular chart, because it gives us all the ability to actually think about where we are on our CX maturity spectrum. This maturity spectrum was designed by Gartner, and many of us know Gartner very well, as a company that does a lot of ratings for different OEMs and their strengths within the different markets. So they did a maturity spectrum for CX to actually give organizations a sense of where they are. A couple of times, wherever you find yourself on this spectrum, whether it's at level 1, which is ad hoc, or at level 5, which is embedded, it doesn't matter. The idea is that you know where you are, and as an organization, you can plan the next few years as to being able to get to a point where you begin to get good benefits of your CX strategy. The level 1 naturally is a fragmented approach to customer experience, means that a lot of departments are silos. You also are more reactive when it comes to your to customer experience. But when you move up from level 1 and go into level 2, at that point in time, the organization probably has a person who deals with their CX strategy, who probably is a customer experience manager, but many times maybe he's not totally focused as his own role. So probably might be from another department, maybe sales, and he's in charge of this responsibility. Many times attention is lacking because the organization is not focusing totally. It's not a global strategy. It is just a way to just attend to our customers, basically. At level 3, at this point, there is more sense of planning. There is the company is taking it more as a organizational strategy, and they have looked at having metrics, putting metrics in place, putting a goal where they want to be in a few years from today. They have policy, practice, and they have processes in place to actually check what they are doing. But many times it's just the department. So many times maybe you have a customer experience, maybe head of department who deals with that strategy and drives it all the same. And then you go to your level 4. Your level 4, you will have it's more dedicated CX role. So probably you will have a customer experience director. So, and this person has the ear of the leadership. So there is a clear strategy, and they're driving it. It's designed, there's a budget, and execute their CX strategy. At level 5, this is a customer-centric culture within the organization. So from the security at the gate, from the least person in the organization to the CEO, everybody thinks of the customer experience. It's in their strategy, it's in their blood, and so it's something that you will see there. But if you look here, let me just pick up my laser so that you can see. You see that just only 1% really are able to actually attain this as of today. When this was done, and you have about 4% and 3% for B2B. So whether you are a B2C customer or you're a B2B customer here, that applies to you. Then when it comes down to level 3, you see that the B2C are much better in terms of the number. Why? Because many times, for B2C, they are more customer facing. So many times they tend to deliver more on their CX strategy. But for B2B, the percentage is quite low, which is just 50%. And you see the percentage here for level 2 and for level 1. So for the B2B, you see 50%, which gives us the idea that a lot of companies today are not focusing on their CX strategy. They are not focusing on making this an organizational strategy and not just a one-off strategy, basically. So the traditional call center today, you have call agents who sit about 8 hours a day answering phone calls and just updating records. Many times they react to customer complaint and deal with the situation and try to find a resolution. But one of the things that we need to understand that this traditional call center is no longer relevant in today's time. And we'll begin to see why this is and why we all have to work together to rethink our strategy. One of the things you need to understand is that one, this is not the way to inspire our agents to work for our organization. And many times when the life of the agent or what happens to the agent, many times is reflected on how the customer will be treated within that very call, within that very encounter. So it's something that we need to rethink. It's something that we need to look at again. Today's consumer, the truth is, today's consumer is not yesterday's consumer. Today's consumer has changed. They've changed in the way that they act, in the way they work, and in everything that they do. So we need to, we need to ensure that we understand this and be able to plan for today's consumer, because today's consumer is more intelligent, because whether you like it or not, the Internet of Things has made it so. You can just via search, you can get a lot of information out there. It's more social because the social media platforms have connected him to people across the world. So he's more social, he's more personal, because many times he would want more of a personalized service, and this has increased his expectation, giving him high expectation for you and for your organization. So many times this becomes a challenge for a lot of organizations. Now we will not just leave out today's consumer, but also today's employee is more intelligent. Today's employee is predominantly Gen X and the millennials. And whether you like it or not, these guys have grown up with social media. These guys understand the trends. They have a high expectation and they're used to technology. And so because of this, they're more intelligent. They are more social. So they'll be on places like LinkedIn. they would update their profiles very quickly. A lot of headhunters will look out for them. And one of the things you do not want to have is to get and train an employee and have them leave over a period of time. So the question will be, how do I retain my employee? How do I retain my agent? Because your agent in turns affects your customer experience, and that's what we'll be seeing shortly. So employee experience can also be said to be equals to the customer experience itself. So if your employees, the agents, or the persons, the customer-facing part of your business are able, love working in your organization, it would emanate to other customers, to your customers. And you will see that you'll be able to pass your strategy very easily to your customers. Now, one of the things that you need to also understand, the customer cradle, many of us grew up understanding that if we have a happy customer, and that happy customer is more likely, to buy from you because again, and what is going to happen is that customer is also going to tell somebody about you. Probably they most likely might even tweet about you or on Twitter, which is X now, and they might probably say something on Facebook or on Instagram. So the truth is, or even on LinkedIn, which is more of a business platform. So one of the things that you also need to understand is that customers would also, whose friends have bought for you, are most likely going to tell their friends, and their friends are more likely to buy from you because of your recommendation. And this is something that is no longer easy for businesses because times have changed, and so has your customer. So if we look on the left, you will see what is a traditional contact center and how it deals with delivering CX. And it's good that you take a look at it. You see agents, probably you have almost like one agent attending call or multiple agents attending calls. Another one attending differently to emails. Another one attending to chats or text. Another one attending to your web, coming from your web. But now in the next gen, what we have is an omni-channel, and that is one of the things that you should be looking at when you're trying to get your next contact center. An omni-channel where you see all the platforms through which the customer can contact you from. You have the agent sitting in there, being able to talk to the customer and help them with whatever challenges that they face. So for example, the agent, without having to leave their dashboard, is able to attend to Facebook, phone calls, emails, even WhatsApp or WeChat, or even Twitter, which is X, at all at different times. So it's not an issue, for them at all, because everything is in one platform, and it's which gives them, that omni-channel. Now, the truth is, the typical customer today, the journey of the typical customer is no longer linear. Before now, you have someone go to your website. From your website, it gives you a call. And from the call, what happens next is either you get maybe a PO, and then you close that deal. But today's customer is no longer like that. Many times, there are a lot of things that has changed that because of the information that is available to them. Some might go to browse your catalog. Some might go to a comparison site, which is really very popular, especially in the IT space or even in different spaces or in the tech space. Why? Because, for example, let's take a website like GSM Arena. I want to buy a Samsung, or I want to buy an iPhone. What do? I check the features. I look at it per iPhone vis-a-vis the iPhone. And what happens is I look at the camera quality, I look at everything, and it gives me that difference. And there are many websites like this. So having in mind, your customers will be doing a lot of this. They will probably want to reach you via chat. They probably want to check on Facebook to see what people say about you, on LinkedIn. So when you're looking at your CX strategy, look at it holistically. Look at maybe the best places where your people are reach out to you from, and begin to look at how you will integrate a global strategy in all those places, and so that it is easy, for them to actually reach out to you. Now, one of the things that we would also see clearly is that 95% of customers read online reviews before buying a product, myself inclusive. And I'm very sure many of you here have done the same. Like, for example, I remember when I needed to get my dentist, I did a review of my dentist, and on Google, there are different platforms for different reviews. But when I checked out on the I'm sure dentist on Google, I realized that she had actually schooled abroad. She was very big on training her team, and her team had actually had a lot of experience. A lot of people had very good things to say about her. And when she takes personal charge of your case, that it always goes well. And immediately I visited the organization and had that. So these are things that are happening today. 58% of shoppers are willing to pay more for products with good reviews. You understand? And this is something that you need to understand. And so you have reputation, you have loyalty, you have revenue. So an engaged customer is likely to buy more frequently, 90% of the time. It will spend more 60% of the time, and it will deliver your brand, talk about your brand 3 times more than just any customer. So these are things that we need to understand, and the sources are below. You can see the sources here. Global Share, Rosetta, and Harvard Business Review says that top customer experience, guys that have those high levels of customer experience, what will happen is your revenue will be 2 times better than those that actually lag at. The chart I showed you, level 1, level 2, level 3. You see somebody in level 3, 4, or 5 would definitely perform better for the revenue than laggard, which is level 2 and level 1. Now, truth be told, today's customer is mobile. Today's customer is engaged. Today's customer is connected. So many times we cannot in the world, let me use pardon my French, bullshit them anymore. So you need to have your strategy right in all your platforms. So for example, you will see that 2/3 of the world is mobile. So they have mobile phones, and this number is going to go. So one of the things I will also be advising here is that your mobile strategy, whether it's an app or whether it's your website, your mobile website, should be top-notch, because most people will visit your website via their mobile phones. They will first visit your website via their mobile phone even before they use their laptops. So ensure that that is top-notch. 92.3% of internet users, they have mobile phones. So most of the guys that are using the internet actually are using it via their mobile phone. So this is another number. This is persons that you can target, customers you can target, and ensure that you're ready for them. And another thing again that you need to understand is that a lot of the world's name is connected via social networks, and this is also very, very crucial. So your strategy for social should also be top-notch. Here's what the future is all about, and that's why we are where we are today. What's happening today? How have consumers' interactions changed? And this is what's happening today. One, digital-wise, people are using chatbots. Chatbot is growing, and it's growing because of AI. So AI is driving a lot of chatbots, and we need to be able to say that this is what we're looking at our strategy. Another thing again that is happening is that 37% of mobile users many times will use texting. Here in Nigeria, what we'll have is WhatsApp. WhatsApp chats are growing. A lot of websites already have connections for their WhatsApp. So what's your WhatsApp strategy, or something that you really need to look at? Your social strategy for social media also has to be top-notch. So these are things that we probably look out for. It also needs to be easy and flexible, choosing the type of medium they want to, not forcing them that, oh, all I want to do is have a website. No, those times have gone, and today has really changed. So these are things that we need to actually look at, and it also need to understand that many times customers want to take care of things themselves. Like I myself, before I even reach out to a company, I want to see if I can solve some of the problems myself. So if there is a self-service portal, if there is a chat bot that helps to do this for me, I will first of all take that before I place a call across. So it's something that we need to have, in our minds. One of the things that we need to also be looking at is the importance, of digital CX. So if we look at this, we see that an agent is sitting here and he's able to ensure that consumers who are coming in from a live chat, he can attend to them. So 63% of online consumers said they will likely return to a website that has a live chat. So this is something to have for the future. Today is my website integrated with the live chat or even the chat bot? Is it possible to have that? Another person saying a lot of customers would prefer to engage manage their own relationships 85% of the time. So what that tells you is that if you have certain self-service portals or self-service options for your customer, what you are doing in exchange is also reducing the number of people that will come to your contact center, thus also making it easy for your contact center agent to attend to real issues. So that's another thing that you need to have at the back of your mind. One other thing, again, we need to understand is that 25% of consumers use more than one channel. If I see one channel is not working, maybe chat, I might use Twitter. I know for some of the banks, some banks are very good on Twitter, who you can open an account via just by tweeting. And so some of these things are things that we need to look at and look at our strategy and tweak our strategy so that it's holistic and within an omni channel. And 90% of consumers would always check a website, so your website has to be top-notch before calling a company. Top-notch in the sense that look at what you've seen over the data, because I'm very sure over your website you collect data. When you mine those data, what are people doing on your website, and begin to tweak those pages for what they are doing. So what is the page that is most visited, and begin to optimize that page to ensure that it helps consumers spend less time on your website. And also the load on your website, try to reduce as much as possible so that your page loads very quickly. Now, if you see this chart, it tells us clearly that phone is still king, but an email, these are probably much more old medium of communication. But see one thing that's happening right now, chatbot is rising. Look at here, the web chat is rising, text message is rising. And as I said, we're looking at this more for us here in Nigeria. WhatsApp is on the rise. And you look at here, you see social media is also there. So these are things that gives us the idea that this is going to grow. And if all this grows and your website is still attending to this, what happens is you will miss out on a lot of numbers, and that in turn is a revenue for you. Today's reality, the truth is we cannot continue to think about the contact center as a place where agents just come and they influence customer experience. We need to have a holistic strategy where we interact with our customers and adapt our call center to have modern communication tools that help your contact center agents to attend to your customer. And it's not just only for the contact center, it ties into your total CX strategy. So one other thing, again, you'll be looking at is many existing call centers are not fit for purpose. They are not today. They are not able to attend to customers, and also they are beginning to allow a lot of your customers churn away from you because they are not fit for purpose. They are still traditional, and they don't have that ability, that holistic view with dealing with different platforms. And so these are couple of things that we need to look at. So one thing that a lot of persons have as a challenge is one of these things that we're looking at here. Challenges that every business will face. Integration. You need to ask yourself, is my data stored in silos? Is my CX strategy, is it able to get my customer the information they need very quickly? Now, that's where you now need to see that a contact center of the future will be able to have integration that gets all the data from centralized database and feed it to the agent so that they can be able to attend to your customers very quickly, making them happy at the end of the day. Automation is king, as we're seeing that it's on the rise. AI chatbots, these would help you create a self-service solution for your consumers, which helps you to solve a lot of the issues and also to cut the number of persons that will be routed to your agents, allowing them to do the needful. So another thing again will be your digital channels. Look at your digital channels and your digital strategy. A couple of times, this is a very big problem for a lot of customers, and this is something that we can also deal with. Evolving workforce. After COVID-19, a lot of persons are working from home. Like for myself, our partners we're dealing with today have actually changed just because of how the economy in Nigeria is, and just to also ensure that their staff are having a wonderful experience working for them, and that their organizations are a great place to work. What they have done to boost a very good, friendly work culture is to tell them to work twice a week, and means that they work in the office twice a week and they work 3 times from home. It means that if you have agents, your agents will work from home. You need a solution that can allow your agents to work from home without any drop in your quality or in any form, of that. So these are things that we need to actually, look at. And needless to say, high priority for you today and for you to act is that 80% of your customers, is something that you need to know. This number would what they call it, when they have a good experience, one of the things is and the issues they had has been resolved. Many of them would want to continue to patronize you. It means that you've been able to offer them wonderful experience. But the high risk is that 65% of your customers will just leave. They will churn, they would leave you and move to competition. Means that you're going to lose some revenue, which is what we have here on the right. You will see that a 6% of your revenue will be lost from a customer that you could have gained if you have a very good customer experience. So this is priority for us today. Now, one of the things that we see here is in organizations that have a customer experience officer, one of the things that's happening is they have been having challenges with whether to spend more on technology or to spend more on people. So that's what mindset is. Do I spend more on technology or do I spend more on people? So one of the things that you want to understand and see is how do I reach the customer? Because the customer is no longer waiting for you to reach him. They are saying, you must reach me how I want and when I want. So that is one thing we need to understand. We're not more dictating how they're going to be reached. They are dictating how they want to be reached. If not, if you don't create the platforms that they need, they leave you to competition and you're left, stranded. Of course, that costs you some revenue as well. So this is something that we need to have in the back of our minds going forward. So when you're looking at your contact center, demand more than just a customer response center. It's not about picking calls anymore. You understand? It's far more than that. As a matter of fact, what it is you need a customer experience center. Customer experience center that has the advantage of an omni-channel deployed within it. That's what you should be looking at. And one of the 3 ingredients for doing that is, one, we need to put our customers first. Very important for us. And we need to look at our agents and we need to ensure that this system is simplified. Now, if you look at number 3, if this system is not simple and is difficult, and agents are struggling because of this difficult system, what's going to happen is agents are getting frustrated, and they're getting frustrated. That frustration will pass to your customer, and at the end of the day, customer experience is actually affected negatively, and maybe that customer probably will churn because of that. Now, so as we said, customer first is very important that we put our customer first. And in the way we engage, it's also good that we have our focus on our agents. So the right tools that the agent needs to succeed, the right integration, the right information that they need to pull out from a CRM or ERP, whatever the case may be, that right information is something that should be available to them. And simple. It should not be too difficult to integrate. It should not be difficult to operate or manage. It should have all the capabilities for you to deploy it in the cloud. You should be able to deploy it on-prem or a combination of both. And these are the things that we are looking at. So today is already the future. And what we need to do is for you to look at evolving your call center into a customer experience center. So you need to be strategic. Do first things first, embrace the modern customer. The modern customer has changed. He is digital, or he or she is digital, mobile, or social. Another thing is they want you to personalize their service because it's them. It's all about them. And that's what a lot of other organizations are doing. And that's what you should be doing as well. This helps you to increase your reach, keep a lot of your employees, and what happens is you now have a better work environment both for your employees and a better reach, to your customers, and more people are talking about you. The question is, how can you get this done? How can you move to tomorrow today? Question is, my contact center business can empower your business to actually embrace the modern customer, exceed your expectation, and increase your reach. Yes, MITEL will have you have that done. Now, depending on what vertical you are, whether you are in the healthcare, retail, education, finance, hospitality, or government, MITEL Contact Center is able to give you what you need. Here are some of our global partners across the globe, basically in different countries like the Hiltons. You have here a couple of other partners, BMW, and the likes, the McKenzie's of the world. And these are things that we must have. Well, the question will be, why MITEL? What's special about MITEL? And these integrations is one of the things that you would enjoy when you integrate MITEL. It means that top CRMs, we have customized integrations for top CRMs like Salesforce, Microsoft Dynamics, SAP, Oracle, Sage, Sugar CRM, or Zoho. These are available. You understand? And many more. This is a concise one of the few that we have corrected. But for your workforce management optimization, available for you for payment gateways, which is very important for the finance sector. One of the things you need to understand is that MITEL has data encryption for their payment platforms. They meet the PCI DSS standard, when it comes to fintech. They also have the GDPR standard for Europe, and the HIPAA standard, or the Dodd-Frank Act, which is there in the US. So what you have to understand that here in Nigeria, every standard that you need for payment is something that MITEL meets for PCI. So whether video or platforms, cloud, whether AWS or Google Cloud or Azure, we can actually have you there for outbound, for speech, For AI, like Google Cloud and Poly AI, or even ChatGPT, we have integration for them. For BI, for your templates, Power BI, Tableau, or Brightmetrics, MITEL has those integrations, making your life simple is one of the things that we pride ourselves of doing. Now, the question will be, everything you need to deliver exceptional CX is here. Because number one, you're going to be looking at having flexible deployment or payment options. So many of you will look like, oh, no. For us, we love security. We want our solution on-prem. MITEL will deliver that. Oh, no. What we do is we have a very virtualized environment. It means that we have lots of virtual machines. So what we want is we would prefer to install on one of our virtual machines. MITEL will give you on either via VMware or Hyper-V. It's available to you. And oh no, you said we do not want to see hardware at all. We don't keep it. We cannot manage it. So what we do is our total environments on the cloud. So whether you are on Nutanix, whether you are on Azure or you are on AWS, we can deploy it for you. This is something that you need to keep in mind. One other thing that you need to see here is whether you're looking at for your contact center and your agents, omni-channel routing, real-time reporting. When I say real-time reporting, supervisors can look at what your agents are doing real time, how many agents are on call, how many agents are attending to somebody, the time spent for each agent, and if that time is exceeded, having thresholds that lets the supervisor know that they probably need to help that particular agent. Historic reporting, like it's, sorry, someone say something?
I think there's a question in the chat box, but when you are done, we'll just take all the questions.
Okay. 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 Fantastic. Interactive recording, quality management, and all these are available, or self-bots are available to you. So basically, I will just run through because of time. Just give me. Yes. So based on what I have talked about earlier on, one of the things you can see here, if you look at the right-hand side, you see WhatsApp, and you see that the agent is on this platform, the Ignite platform. He doesn't leave this platform. He attends to WhatsApp. He attends to Facebook chat from the same platform, basically. And that's one good thing about it, that you do not need to leave that platform. That's why it's an omni-channel. When we go to phone calls, you see that you can have an IVR, whether it's for Hausa, Igbo, or Yoruba, or even international language, or on MITEL. You see the call will come in. Agents can log in and log out. Busy the call, do not disturb me, answer or hang up, hold or retrieve. These things are available. You can also convert from voice to email or SMS, SMS to voice or email, email to voice or SMS. So all these are available. For the web chat on your website, you can see that this is like a sports website. You can see, you can click on live chat. Immediately when you click on live chat, you are able to chat with the agent, and you see that the agent will have that interface available for you. So this is also without leaving the same dashboard, is what we say is happening. For email, the same thing. You see the email response comes here. All those different supports are available with MITEL, so that when the email comes, the agent will sit in the same platform without leaving, because all the integrations are done on this platform. For AI, voice bots, or chat, you will see that naturally, whether you integrate it, it can be integrated with your website, so that can be done as well. If you look here, you see that the person had chatted, the bot had first done the chat and transferred it to an agent. And all that's available here in this particular yellow line, you see it here, that's what's here, because the agent will not be able to see what the bot had said and can continue once it has been transferred to a live agent. So basically, the MITEL desktop for the agent is very easy, interface for them to use, very easy interface, and also simplified, experience, basically. And they also have, just so that a supervisor or manager experience. You can see real-time dashboard, historic reporting, resource planning, experience management, and quality. So they can see what their agents are doing. That's what the dashboard is here. And you can see this person is either online, busy, or is offline or do not disturb. You can see the different agents under it, a couple of things. And there are lovely reports that you can create and customize, especially for E-level, C-level management meetings, when they want to see what's going on for their CX strategy. You can see other forms of reports. This is all the agents, what they have handled, how many calls they completed, what was dropped, and the average time that they spent can also be seen. You can actually have reporting converted with BI, Excel, Tableau, any one of all the other form of dashboard creating software can be integrated also with MITEL. So these are more, and this is what I will kind of end with, is that your agents can sit at home, look at these agents at home, and he can get connected without any VPN connection, because MITEL has what you call an MBG, and that does a secure connection to the agent and back. So that's one powerful thing that you can have. You will not have to drop one form of quality, and your network is not exposed to anybody. So these three things are very important. Providing prompt information on your customer, supporting your digital transformation, and improving your agent's productivity. I think this is where I rest, and these are the things that you probably will be looking at doing, and that the My Contact Center business can actually help you provide prompt, informed, and more information to your customer, giving them a better experience. And these are things that you need to know. So if there are any questions, I'll look in the chat to see to take them. So thank you very much for your time and attention, for giving us, giving MITEL the opportunity to improve your customer experience, so that you can be able to retain your talents in sales, service, and support. Thank you very much.
All right, Ike, thank you very much for that presentation. That was a very good one. So for anybody with questions, please kindly raise your hand, and one after the other will be able to take the question box. While we gather the questions, you can also look at the question in the chat box from Mr. Tochukwu. So kindly respond to that. That's to you.
Okay, no problem. No problem. Let me just take a look at it. Give me a minute. Okay.
So what is the most significant challenges faced by call centers in adapting to the next generation of customer service?
Okay. So Mr. Tochukwu, the real truth is there is a lot of advancement in technology, in the Internet of Things. And one of the things that you would generally see, like I had spoken about, is that a couple of this technology is beginning to take the front space in contact center. So for example, chatbots and AI is something that is driving today. For example, I was talking to somebody. I had bought something online, not in Nigeria, out of country, and I was trying to find out what the situation was. So my head was two things was going to do either. I tried to check whether they had WhatsApp so I could call them on WhatsApp, or I saw that they had a chat and I started chatting with them. Almost immediately, somebody followed up with me. He actually helped me solve my problem that I felt relieved. So naturally, when you have that part of your contact center integrated, it's something that is for the future. You know, having a chat bot that probably helps you, then you can transfer it to a live agent. That's one technology that is available today. But you know, in general sense, a omni-channel where an agent doesn't have to leave your their workstation to be able to access all information, having all the integrations available is one thing that you must seek in a contact center. I hope that answers your question. If not, probably you can unmute, maybe refresh your question, and I'll be willing to answer those questions. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, IK. Does anybody else have another question? Satoshi, you can also unmute if you need more clarification on that question. Okay. So this recording, like I said in the beginning of the webinar, this recording will be made available for everyone. They'll be shared to us so you can as well listen to it all over again. And if you have other questions or you want to, you know, make inquiries, you need materials like a data sheet or a demo, you can always reach out to your account manager or myself, Swoyo, at caspertecheng.com. All right, so this is the end of today's webinar. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for your participation. Thank you, IK. Thank you, everyone. So enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you very much, Troya. Yeah, thank you, Tom, Troya. It's my pleasure. And thanks to everyone that actually joined. It was great that you guys followed.
Thank you.